Good afternoon, grade 12s. It's me again, Hector S. Nkosi. Welcome to our business studies class. Today, grade 12s will be looking at the new topic, your quality of performance. This is a very important chapter in your grade 12 syllabus, guys, because they love to ask quality of performance. Today, we're going to look at the few things when it comes to quality performance. I'm still going to explain more as time goes by. Probably next week, Monday and Tuesday, we're going to finish the chapter probably on Wednesday. Okay, for those who are just joining us today, welcome, guys, to our night, our class, our business studies class, basically. Right. So, boys and girls, before I can start, I would like to welcome the new people who have just joined us today. I can see people are entering. Today, we're actually doing quality of performance, basically, and this is our lesson 3. The first 2 days we did the stress and the changes in workplace, basically. Right. So the quality of performance learning outcomes, meaning that at the end of this chapter, basically, you need to be able to know these terminology. However, today we're just going to cover the 4 first bullet, basically. So we're going to end here under quality assurance. We're just going to cover quality and we will define the term quality. We're just going to cover the concepts quality, quality control, and quality assurance. Then on Monday, we're just going to cover quality management, quality performance, quality management system. Then on Tuesday, we'll be looking at to differentiate between quality control and quality assurance, where we basically tabulate or differentiate both of the qualities, basically. Okay. Now, guys, at the end of this lesson, you need to know these things, basically. But remember, guys, your learning outcomes are your things that you need to know after learning a certain chapter, basically. So please, please, please make sure that you are familiar with your stuff. All right. Now, boys and girls, as I said to you, what are we going to cover for today? It's your terms and definitions, it's your quality, quality control, and quality assurance. All right, perfect. All right, so today, guys, I want us to look at these terms and definitions because they'll be asking these terms and definitions now and then, guys. You'll be seeing them up until Wednesday, up until we finish this chapter. So it's very important for us that whenever we start a chapter, we need to learn about its terms and definitions or its concepts, basically. Right. So basically, let's analyze or let's talk about the word quality. You know, guys, when you go to the shop uh, and you get yourself maybe a pair of shoes, and those shoes are very strong, they last you for more than 10 years, they last you for 8 years, for some even 12 years, some even 20 years, you know, we say those shoes, they've got quality. It's something that makes us happy because that thing lasts for longer or we enjoy that thing the most. Do you get my point? So you hear people talk about the word quality that, you know what, actually, I love their job. Their job is quality. You know, let's say you have got a business that sells fat cakes and you sell those fat cakes and people, they buy them now and then. And then you'll hear people talking by the word saying quality, basically. So I was just explaining the word quality just in a nutshell. But now, in terms of the business studies or in terms of the business terminology, we say a quality are products and services that satisfy needs and exceeds customers' expectations on a continuous basis. Remember, guys, you must know that this is on a continuous basis. It's very important to note that because now and then, right? So it exceeds what the customer exceeds the customer expectations. Does it make sense? So the customer expectations, and not only once, but when on a continuous basis. You can't make your customers once. So if you have delivered, you must deliver up until infinity. No wonder we see the word continuous basis, boys and girls. Then you under this chapter, you will also get the term total quality management. So basically, a total quality management, it is a management approach or system that focuses on continuous quality improvement throughout the business. So basically, guys, when we talk about the total quality management, we talk about, let's say, at the school level. We know we do have a management team. Your management team, your school management team, your SMT, it's your principal, your deputy principal, your head of departments, your grade heads, your HODs, basically, right? Those are your school department. So basically, in a business, we call those total quality management because it is management approach or system that focuses on continuous, because your principal, your deputy principal, and the HODs, they make sure that the school is running in a perfect way on a continuous basis. So we call that a total quality management. Then we speak of total quality management. We're speaking about everything, all the people that are part of the management, right? Remember, management, it can be up until certain levels. We can have a management as HOD, you can have management as a deputy, you can have management as a principal, you can have management as a rector, right? So that's your total quality management, right? Then a management on its own, we know that it can be any, this is more generic, right? It can be management where as a boss, it can be management as a supervisor, it can be management as a leading team, basically, right? So there are different managements in a business. Whereas total quality management is the one that makes sure that the management that they are giving is at best and it's for continuous quality. Whereas management is just generic, basically, right? It doesn't speak about quality. It talks about management only. It tells you what's the role of management. Whereas here we're looking at the quality management. So basically here the management, we know that is planning and management of quality through strong leadership and commitment from top management, right? Then we'll speak about business functions. Now, when we speak about business functions, the various aspects of the business that perform different roles, e.g., marketing, production, administration, financial, human resources, um, purchasing, etc. That's your business functions. Now, the other term that you need to know, it's your South African Bureau of Standards, basically. So basically, this is an organization body. So this body sets the quality standards and evaluates quality of final products. So I'm sure you've seen, guys, in some of the products. So I want to give you a task right now, guys. I want to give you a task. Okay, we'll come back with this, but I want to give you a task and name 3 products that they are part of your South African Bureau of Standards. You have seen some of the products that you are using at the back or at the bottom. They write SABS, meaning that this body makes sure that all the products that you are using are at a certain quality, right? So it sets quality standards and evaluate. So it evaluates, right? It evaluates the quality. It evaluates the quality of final products, basically. The quality of final products. Right. I'm going to give you a minute to think about this final product, right? I'm going to give you a minute to think about what products can SABS evaluate. Give me 3 or 2 examples of those products, right? And please let me know. I will tell you when your time starts. I'll let you know that your time starts for this SABS. Just 3 or 2. You can type your answer in a chat box or I can unmute you, but I'm just going to give you a minute to think about what products can you think of basically that are under SABS, right? I'll tell you when your time starts. For now, let's look at your ISO 9001. So this provides the guidelines of quality management. So that's where you get the guidelines. So it gives you what? It gives you guidelines of how quality management must perform, basically, right? A company may not export any product unless it register as an ISO 9001 company. So you cannot export without registering to this thing. So your okay, your time starts now. All right. Okay, your time is done now, guys. I can see some comments. Basically, Shelly commented, said beer, very good, or alcohol, your alcohol beverage, guys. I'm sure you've seen that. Well done, Shelly. That's very nice. You've seen those in front of beer or alcohol, basically. Okay, that's perfect. Then that's very good, Shelly. Very good, right? Now let's look at your standards. Remember, when it comes to your standard, the specific of what is acceptable in terms of the technical requirements. That's where you set your standards. We also look at your total client satisfaction. Basically, it is a measure on how products and services supplied by a company meet or surpass customer expectations, that your client satisfaction. Does it make sense? All right, boys and girls, more concepts. So the more concepts that we get, you also get your continuous skills and development. Basically, when we talk about continuous skills and development, developing employees, basically, that's where we run workshops, we run trainings, all those things. You know, even us as teachers, guys, we do have continuous skills development where we go to a workshop, they go train us. If there's an change in syllabus, they tell us that these are the things that we need to do. This is how we need to do things. I'm sure you guys have seen in your business, in the businesses, that sometimes some of the products, guys, they change packagings now and then. The packaging in the last 5 years is no longer the same as the packaging now. They also change some logos and stuff like that. Does it make sense? So that's your continuous skills development. As you see also with your Africa Team Gigs, this logo was not like this before. Those who started with us from April at the beginning of lockdown. So now we have revamped things. Before we went to a break, then when we came back, we revamped things, and now things have changed. Your slides have changed. It's because we went through continuous skills development. So you are fostering an attitude of appreciation for a lifelong learning, basically. Lifelong learning, that's your key. Wait. Right, in a workplace. Then your continuous improvement to proceed and system, basically. It is an ongoing effort to improve product service or All right, guys, I don't know what happened with this mic of mine. Okay, but I'm back now. So your continuous improvement to processes and systems, it is an ongoing effort to improve products, service, or processes, right? That's your continuous improvement to process and systems. Then monitoring and evaluation, right? It's a process that helps to improve performance and achieve results, right? It is its goal is to improve current and future management of outputs, outcomes, and impact. That's where we're monitoring and evaluating, basically, right? The process that helps us to improve. To improve what? To improve performance. So here we improve performance and we achieve results. Because now, guys, you know, when we monitor and we evaluate, guys, it helps us to see where we are lacking as a business. Does it make sense? So sometimes you see some of the businesses, once you just bought, they'll send you a survey afterwards. They'll be like, how was the treatment in this business? How the cashier treated you? Were you satisfied with your product and stuff like that? So that thing helps them to monitor and to evaluate their performance. Does it make sense? So, guys, please, if a business asks you to complete a survey, it's very important, basically, because they want to improve their performance, right? All right, boys and girls. Then we look at quality cycles. With your quality cycles, we're looking at a group of workers who do the same or similar work, right? Who meet regularly to identify, analyze, and solve work-related problems. So these people, they don't just meet, but they meet to identify, analyze only work-related problems. And it's a group of workers. So a group of workers. Right? It's a group of workers who do the same or similar work, right? Who meet regularly to identify, analyze, and solve work-related problems. Also, we do inspection, right? It's part of your quality control. Also, a method in which only selection of products from a batch is measured and tested against the required standards, basically. So whatever we have produced, guys, we must inspect it. Does it make sense? Remember, 2 years back, there was an issue about listoriasis, you know, on your polony and stuff like that, right? So polony is back now, but before they let it come back, they did the inspection. Doctors were involved, health workers, majority of the health workers were involved. So they inspected the polony and stuff like that, right? And all the Frenches, right? So it's a method in which only selection of products from a batch is measured and tested against the required standard. So they had to retest the polony and see whether it doesn't have listeriosis again and stuff like that. Then we also get what? Deviations. Deviations, it's when the product differs from the standard, basically, right? That's where you've got a deviation, right? It's very important. If they say 5 of these products, they've been deviated, which means the product, it's totally different from what the standard is set. So product differs from the standard. So we say that product is deviated, basically. Tolerance limit, the extent in which a product is allowed to differ from the standard without affecting quality. That's your tolerance. You know, when you tolerate, basically, um, it's how we explain it. All right. Then now, guys, let's look at quality on its own. So we have covered the terms that you need to know at this point in time. So now let's look at quality. Remember now, boys and girls, that quality refers to a good or service ability to satisfy a specific need. Very important, guys. A quality, it's not just a good, but, excuse me, it's a good or service. Very important. Because other people, they say things, they are a quality to a good only, but also to a service, right? Refers to a good or service ability to satisfy specific needs. So the word satisfaction, it's important. If it satisfies you, therefore that thingy will be regarded as a quality. Now, let's look at a good. Now, previously or earlier on, I made an example of fat cakes. I said, let's say you're selling fat cakes and they're so nice and delicious. Everyone wants to buy them. Everyone eats them and stuff like that. Right. Now, let's look in the perspective of a service. How are you going to see whether the service they are rendering a quality or not? Let's say now you have opened a dentist. Since you have opened a dentist, you are a qualified doctor, right? So now you have opened a dentist. So now everyone is impressed with your work. Everyone comes to your dentist. Everyone sets appointment, which means your service, right, satisfies the customer needs, basically, right, for a specific need, right? So a quality, it doesn't have to do with a good only. So it's a good or a service, basically, that satisfies you. Also, we can look at quality as the efficiency of service and the ability to provide the effective outcome with too many delays. I mean, without too many delays, right? So the word effective. Effective, which means you don't disappoint, basically. You don't disappoint your clients, right? Without too many delays. You don't make any delays. You always deliver on time. Therefore, they'll say, you know what? You've got quality work. Then also quality can be seen as a measure. So it is measured against specific criteria such as physical appearance, reliability, durability, sustainability, after sales services. So that's where we see quality by the appearance, by how reliable it is, how durable, how long it can last you, how sustainable it can keep you. After sale, how is its service? Does it make sense? So that's how we look at quality, boys and girls. All right, perfect. You can see people are following, people are enjoying the lesson. I hope you guys are taking notes. You know what, guys, this is so amazing. So please make sure that you ask if you've got any problem. There are things that you don't understand and stuff like that. Right. Now let's look at quality control. Previously, we looked at quality. Now let's look at quality control. Remember grade 12s now. Quality control is a system that ensures the desired quality is met by inspecting the final product to ensure that it meets the required standard. Right. So it's a system. So quality control, it's a system, or are systems that are put in place in order to make sure that the product is aligned with required standard, right? A system that ensures that a desired quality, the word quality is important. Quality is met by inspecting the final products. So what are you doing? You are inspecting, you quality control, right? Inspecting. So here you are inspecting what? Your final product. Your final product, basically, to ensure that it meets its required standard, right? So you're checking your raw materials, you're checking your employees, you're checking your machinery, checking of workmanship, you're checking of production to ensure that the high quality standards are maintained. Basically, that's what you are checking, right? That's what you are inspecting, basically, right? That, okay, you've got enough raw material, you've got enough employees to start the product or to manufacture the product, your machines are working, you've serviced your machines, they are in a good control, your workmanship is on par, your production and stuff like that. Also, quality control includes setting targets or measuring performance and taking corrective measures. Does it make sense, boys and girls? So that's your quality control. By now, you should know what is meant by quality control. Now, the last one for today, guys, we'll be looking at quality assurance, right? So quality assurance, basically, you are making sure that whatever that you are producing or whatever that you are doing is in accordance, basically. So it checks carried out during and after. So remember, guys, don't mix quality control and quality assurance, right? Quality assurance checks during, so before or during the start of the production and after the production, right? That's your quality assurance. So it's during and after, basically, right? So before it checks, do you have everything? So what happens before production? Before production, what do we get? We get quality control. Then after, we'll get whatever we have to check after the production that everything is fine, and all those things, the before and after, we call it your quality assurance. So ensures that required standards have been met at every stage of the process. You see, at every stage of the process, basically. So at every stage of the process, right? So processes put in place to ensure that the quality of products, services, systems adhere to pre-standards with minimal defects, delays, shortcomings, right? So these are the things that you need to know. Also, the quality assurance makes us to ensuring that every process is aimed to get the product right the first time and prevent mistakes from happening. So here also we prevent mistake from happening. No wonder we have to assure now and then. We have to assure. We have to assure, boys and girls, now and then that everything is according to standards, right? So this is very important, boys and girls. Please make sure that you are familiar with this. On Tuesday, on Monday, I'm going to continue, guys. Please tune in as I'll be here around. So on Tuesday, we'll be starting with your quality management. We'll be looking at the characteristics of your quality management. We'll be starting from here Tuesday up until there. Then on Tuesday, we're going to do the second half of this. All right, grade 12s, please feel free to ask any questions if you've got any. I'm here to help you, boys and girls. And even if it doesn't have to be based on this chapter, but any other business studies related question, you feel free to email me at nkosihector28@gmail.com. I'll answer your emails now and then, boys and girls. I might take time, but I'll definitely answer your emails. So it doesn't have to be your, it doesn't have to be about, it doesn't have to be about this chapter. So you can ask anything that you feel like, you know what, it doesn't make sense according to business studies. You can ask any a business studies related question, basically. From my side, guys, thank you so much, grade 12s. Please keep pushing, don't stop, right? You still have your trial exams sometime in September. You still have your final exams. Please push, guys. Read, do lots and lots of readings, guys. You're going to thank yourself at the end of the year. And when you read with understanding. Do not read with cramming, guys. Please have a lovely evening and a lovely weekend from my side. Thank you so much, guys. Until we meet again on Monday. Goodbye.